the main topic of this was for?
Well, I mean, I need to have a conversation with a colleague, which could be quite challenging.
Okay.
Someone I've worked with for a long, long time,
Mm-hmm.
and I need to be able to just be really clear in myself before I have the conversation.
Yeah. So, in terms of this very quick conversation, what do you want to get out of it? What would be useful?
I guess to get my head sorted a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
if that makes sense,
Yeah.
about, what the right way forward is.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
We've discussed before that sort of nice equation from Galway that talks about sort of performance, which he calls potential minus interference.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit about, in terms of just looking at the performance or what you want to achieve. If you had this conversation, what would it give you?
I think I've had a growing sense of slight uncomfortableness in the relationship and in the way we've been working together. I feel like in terms of I'm being asked for more and more and more, and I actually need to draw a line somewhere in terms of how that might progress forward.
Okay.
Yeah, so what it would give me is I think personally it would give me a sense of congruence, that I'm not holding something back, because it's also a friend and someone I've known for 20 years, so it's important to me to really preserve the relationship in it.
Yeah. So I hear the importance of maintaining the relationship, the importance of the fact that this is an old friend.
Yep, absolutely.
And can be quite a sort of challenging conversation.
Yeah, because I think it's a bit blurred in terms of the boundaries between when is it work, when is it friendship, when am I just supporting, when am I that sort of thing. So for me, a really positive outcome would be that I feel really congruent, if that makes sense. So that what I'm saying is really consistent with my values, but also what I care about and believe in the friendship and the relationship with the colleague.
Yeah. Okay. There's those two other elements in the equation that talks about potential and interference.
Yeah.
Invitation to look at both of those.
Okay.
Which would be more interesting to look at first?
Interference is easier. It comes to mind a lot quicker.
Okay.
Yeah.
So again, there's a sort of concept within the interference. There's a sort of inner interference that goes on within you, and then outer interference.
Yep.
So again, where do you want to start with that? Inner or outer?
I think inner.
Okay.
Just because it's easier for me to access.
Okay.
Inner interferences are around. It's primarily mental and feelings. So thinking that I don't want to let this person down. I don't want to overcomplicate the relationship or the interaction. Feeling like I know this person would do anything for me, in fact. So it's a matter of making sure that there's a good sense of, I guess, equality in the relationship. But I think the inner interference is they'll see it as not if I have the conversation.
Yeah.
And I guess it's all sorts of expectations around the way the conversation's interpreted.
Okay.
Because they're not particularly good at that sort of thing as a rule.
Okay.
And I guess the interference is that I think they're not particularly good at it.
Ah, okay.
Which is quite interesting to think about.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just in hearing yourself say that, what's the bit you got from that?
That I might be making some pretty big assumptions about that person's ability to hold the intensity and honesty of the conversation that I need to have with them.
Yeah. Again, just what do you reckon their inner interference is?
It's a really good question. I don't know what their interferences are. My guess would be that they feel that they really need me for a lot of things, or my input for a lot of things, which I actually don't think they need.
Okay.
Yeah.
And around both of you, and just particularly you can speak for you, what's the outer interference? What else is in the sort of system?
The reality of time, that often it's much easier just to do the thing that needs to be done rather than actually have the conversation to make it a level playing field. My sense is that other external interferences are associated with the need for continual creativity in the work that's being done. So the need for putting aside personal needs in terms of to progress towards the end goal.
Yeah.
And I think that's become habitual in some ways. So that's an interference as well.
I sort of get a sense as you say that almost there's quite a sort of drive, sort of push or creativity.
Yeah, I think yeah, part of the relationship, our working relationship together has been very much around making things happen.
Yeah.
So the need is to actually have the conversation in terms of separating out some of those things.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. But the interference external, it's not really external, it's probably internal. I don't know how many of these external ones are actually internal, actually. But the concept of the drive to produce or the drive to make something happen, getting in the way a little bit, is certainly an interference.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. And just looking at the other side, the sort of potential. What's the potential of having this conversation?
The more I'm thinking about it and talking about it's really helping. Is the potential would be really, really to take the relationship to another level of real honesty and real, I guess, mutual respect, if that makes sense. So there's a sense of there being a sort of more that can be achieved actually in the relationship if both are really playing from their strengths. If that makes sense. I don't know. I'm sort of feeling into it still a bit, but it seems to me that there are some assumptions which are holding back the potential that could be created from the relationship.
Yeah. So what needs to be recognised or accepted or let go of in the interference in order for that potential to flourish?
The thing about having this conversation identifies to me personally about the kind of limiting beliefs that I'm holding on the other's ability to contain what I feel the conversation needs to be about.
Okay.
There are some practical things that probably need to be taken care of in terms of managing the external stuff.
Yeah.
But internally, that's what I'm taking away.
Okay. So what's the next step out of this that takes it from a conversation into...
Creating some... Sorry.
No.
I'm just moving with it.
Go.
But creating some space to have the conversation.
Okay.
Sort of managing some of the external to make sure there's some proper time to do that.
How will you notice this? How will you create proper time?
I think we'll just have to diarise it, or maybe spend some time not working together. So actually there's some time where we can actually, see more of the relationship and actually have the conversation.
Yeah. Is that sort of question going for me? When might that happen?
It won't be for a while, but I would say I'd like to have it cleaned up by the end of the month, or at least have the conversation moving by the end of the month.
Yeah. Just in wrapping this up, how are you feeling having had that?
Feel lighter, actually, and feel more comfortable in thinking about the relationship and thinking about what I'm willing to give to the relationship.
How have we done in terms of getting to a goal for you?
Yeah, I'm pretty clear, actually, and it's been really helpful.
Great, thank you.